like it.
You like it? Shoots good?
Yep.
Nice.
Very nice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. So if you saw the one video I posted a few weeks ago, I built an AR9 for a friend of mine. I believe it's Biffs AR9 is the title of the video. If you missed it, you can check it out here. But I got a few actual emails asking, why I didn't show what was involved in building it, and I started making the video. It's getting a little lengthy, so I just figured people wanted to see some videos of just shooting. So anyways, got a few emails about what all was in it, what parts we used, and so I figured I would just make another video showing you guys that part of building that firearm. So without further ado, here is what I used to build Biff's AR9. Enjoy. Okay, so right here in this box here are our upper receiver and lower receiver from Palmetto State Armory. This is the part that you have to be very, very careful of. This is your lower receiver. This is considered the actual firearm. This is the piece that has to be sent to an FFL dealer, and it has to be registered in the person's name who is going to be owning it. So in this case, it is going to my good friend Biff. So we went out to, I ordered all this stuff for him. I had a bunch of, different items put together, different packages, things like that. Kind of went through everything with him. We were trying to stay within a certain price point, but we were also trying to get him something pretty quality. So we decided on all these pieces, and again, this was the piece that we had to ship to our local FFL dealer here. In our case, it is Keystone Firearms in Cranberry. If you're going to do this for somebody else, make sure this is in the proper person's name. We went with this lower because it accepts Glock style magazines, and it came with your stabilizing brace on it. So moving on, there's our lower receiver. Here's our upper receiver. Again, it is an AR9, so it's an AR style platform chambered in 9mm. We went with this upper receiver because it has a pretty average barrel and rail system. There's nothing extremely high end about it, but everything about it is very durable. It came with a good quality bolt carrier group. It came with a nicer charging handle. So again, nothing fancy or flashy, but it's going to be fun to shoot, and it will be reliable, because I have yet to get anything from Palmetto State Armory that isn't reliable, even when I tried to build their cheapest AR I could. Next, we have the Vortex Spark Red Dot. Again, for the quality, this is definitely the way to go for the price. A lot of people have sales on these, so if you do some shopping around, you can usually find this in the $100 to $200 range. Again, very good quality for the price. We have our Magpul Rifleman loop sling. Then we just have some standard aluminum Picatinny. A bunch of different sizes here, so we can kind of customize it to whatever Biff wants. I'm going to kind of set it up how I would like it, and see how he likes it when he shoots it. If he wants something changed, then I'll have all the necessary tools. We can make those changes for him. And then we just have a standard angled foregrip, because I didn't know it until I was doing research on it, but any pistol style carabine firearm like this one, you cannot have a vertical grip on it. It has to be angled or just a hand stop. So if you're doing some sort of pistol firearm such as this one, make sure you read about your state laws, because I almost made that mistake, and this would have been an illegal firearm had I not found that out and put a vertical foregrip on this. So we went with the angled one. They're comfortable, they're reliable and durable, easy to install. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing put together. So as you can see, even though this is a 9mm, it's still an AR platform, so it clips together just like any AR does. Pretty easy with these 2 pins. Just put the front one in, set it in back like that. You're done, put together. Now if you listen, even though this is a brand new gun, you can listen to this. A little bit of excess wear on there. Probably just needs broken in, as well as some oil. Okay, so first things first. This is an M-LOK style rail that we have on our AR9 here. We have our Picatinny rail right here. If you're unaware, some of the accessories you might want to put on your AR, they might require Picatinny. If they don't, and they're ready to just go straight onto the handrail, you need to make sure you have the appropriate accessory for your handrail. There's a couple different types. This particular one is the M-LOK style. It's one of the more common ones. I like this upper because it had the Picatinny going the whole way across the top. Some of them are broken up, and you know, they'll have it on this section here above your charging handle and bull carrier. Then they'll be missing a section here, and then a little bit here for maybe a front flip up sight. But as you can see, this one has it across the top. Here's all of our nuts and bolts and Allen wrenches that they give us. And for this is pretty much just kind of your preference. I usually like to throw one of these bigger rails on the bottom. That way I can adjust the hand guard, or I'm sorry, the hand grip accordingly. If we need to move it a little forward, a little backward, we have that movement, because if you try to just pair it up with the proper size Picatinny, you don't really have too much room for adjustment. It might just look a little weird. And this is why I don't put the sights on until last, especially for these. You can just kind of flip and maneuver your firearm however you want. What I just had to do was I didn't have these little nuts on the screws far enough, so I just took one of these extra Allen wrenches, popped it right in through the handrail to hold it, twisted it down until it's snugged up, and now it'll kind of hold itself into place, and you can tighten this down accordingly. Next, we're going to put our angled foregrip on. Now with this particular foregrip, you have to take this screw all the way out. Some of them, these will just be on like an adjustment, and you can loosen it so it widens it, and you slide it on and, you know, to wherever you want, tighten them back down. This one, this little screw here is going to sit in one of these grooves on our Picatinny rail. That is about, slide it up so it's flush. Yeah, that's about where I would like it. However, like I said, if Biff wants it moved, you got it, buddy. Okay, so next we're gonna plop on the Spark AR red dot made by Vortex. And again, I'm just gonna kind of set it to where I typically like them. So with this particular red dot, you have these covers. Cover your lenses to keep them nice, but you notice they kind of flap in the way. So what you do is you just bend them back, and then they attach right onto each other, right like that. That way you can get a clear look through. You have your red dot adjustments back here. And if you can see that, just up and down. That's also how you turn it on and off. So as you can see, it's just 4 little Torx screws that go right in to the bottom of that secure that plate, that mounting plate on. Now you got to take this. This is another one where the sides don't adjust. You just have to take the screw the whole way out. right like so. And you want to make sure your buttons are on the back side. So that gets put on like that. Then kind of just set it to where you are comfortable with it. So right there seems pretty good. Okay, so now with this, you just want to make sure it's snug. You don't want to over tighten it, otherwise you can damage your optic. So once you have it set, you can turn it on and make sure it's nice and comfortable for you, which it is for me. However, it might not be for Biff. So when we go up to the range here, we can fine tune all this stuff for him. So now that the optic is mounted, we're going to go ahead and wait for our sling mount for here, and then our quick disconnect sling mount for back here, and get the sling mounted up. And this thing's ready for some lead. So I'm sitting here and looking at this AR9, and I was thinking, man, that really looks like the opening for a quick disconnect sling mount. So I happen to have a couple quick disconnect sling mounts laying around, and that is exactly what that is. I didn't realize that was there whenever I ordered it. I didn't realize that was there when I was installing the Picatinny. So right there, take your quick disconnect QD sling mount right there, and boom, done. Now what you can do is it'll only swivel so many degrees. So you get it set up to where you want, you press that in, and then you just kind of rotate it till you're at the point that is comfortable for you. So now that we have that, there's also one in the back here, back by your stabilizing brace. The other one goes back there, so your sling mounts to there and there. We can go ahead and lose this Picatinny, give you a little extra room for your hand there when you're on your foregrip. We can get our sling mounted up and we're good to go. Okay, so we're waiting on one more magazine to come in. I believe that one is going to be a 25 or a 27 round. I can't remember, but this is a 33 round. We have the foregrip on with the Picatinny. We ended up taking this Picatinny off, sliding the sling mount back to the area that had the setup for the QD swivel sling mount. We have our sling on. We have it connected to this quick disconnect sling mount back here. And then we have our, there we go. Then we have our red dot on. Now it's not sighted in yet. I'm actually going to call Biff right now to let him know that everything's done. Everything's mounted. We have everything except for the one magazine, just to see if he wants me to get this sighted in before we go up to the range, or if he wants me to sight it in the day we go to the range. All right, everybody, so that is it. This is actually my kind of first, I guess, video that I'm calling behind the build, and I think I kind of like that format. You know, we'll do a video where when I build a firearm, we'll do a review on it, and then we'll go back and make a video showing what all the different parts and components are. So I kind of like that setup, so it gives everybody kind of the best of both worlds. You get a shooting video, and then you get more of an informative video on the different components and everything. So that is it for this video. If you missed either of the other videos I did on this AR9, you can check out the link I did on the review right here. And then also check out the video Biff's AR9 where Biff actually got to fire it and tell us what he thought. So he was was pretty happy. Spoiler alert. So anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun making it. So thank you for tuning back in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.